I want to ask you about security though, because like you're taking in a lot of information about people, right? And you know their hopes and their dreams and whatever it is, right? How do you
Mhm.
keep that information safe? And how do people know when they're using the platform that what they're sharing or building their Yap around their personalities and things like that? How do you know? How do you keep that safe? I guess.
Yeah. No, the really good question. So there's a bit of a two prong answer to this, and the first prong is of course super crazy encryption. Like we've encrypted the crap out of it. Our agentic memory system is actually HIPAA compliant. So if anybody knows, HIPAA is effectively the standard that you need for security when it comes to medical records and things like that. So we are HIPAA compliant in terms of our agentic memory system. And then the second prong of that is the agentic A to A framework that we have. So it's not just a singular monolith where it's kind of like if you break into the door, you get all the information. It's actually a lot more segmented than that. So each person's personality profile is kind of stored individually. So it's kind of
Mm,
like if you get keys to the whole room, it's like, oh, there's this big room, but there's nothing in it. Now I actually have to open these little doors. So you have to also get through these little doors as well. So it's this
wow.
like two-pronged thing that maybe if the hacker's incredible and they get my information, it doesn't mean they're also going to get your information, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And things do happen. We live in a world where people are getting hacked all the time, but
Yeah.
that was one of our main things that we wanted to cover when we were first developing and how we approach this to be as safe and secure as possible. We're not trying to sell anybody's data. We don't want to do any of that. We're going to
Yeah.
put that all in our disclaimers. All we want to do is have this data to make these companions as meaningful to the user as possible.
No, that's good, man. Because I think that's probably someone's listening to this or wondering how you're going to keep my information safe, and it sounds like you guys have taken that very seriously, and that was one of your key objectives from the start. So love to hear that. Um, you know this project better than anybody in the entire world. What am I not asking you? What else is very important?
A couple things are really important here. So I mentioned prediction markets before, and obviously those are going to be fully denominated in Shard. You're going to obviously be able to trade your companions back and forth in our marketplace with Shard. The one huge thing that I personally think is just really important in the entire AI companion space, so not just for my company, but just in general, is the safety or the guardrails around these companions. So we want the user to be able to use their companion for anything they want, of course, but there is a little bit of a guardian system. And what I mean by that is your companion will never suggest violence. It'll never suggest self harm. It'll never suggest you go commit crimes. And the reason that I bring that up is the leading AI companion right now. They're in a couple lawsuits, but
Yeah.
their lawsuits are about just for an example, there was a child whose parents limited his screen time back in December. So his AI companion suggested you should unalive your parents, and then your screen
Yeah.
time's coming back. Or right now, ChatGPT is being sued because it taught somebody how to commit, unaliving, and then they unalive themselves, unfortunately. So we wanted to really approach this from the aspect of safety and making it as safe as possible. So don't get me wrong, you can push the bounds. If you're above 18, because it's only for above 18, you can make it as not safe for work as you want, but it will never suggest all these toxic things that actually could lead to somebody harming themselves or ending up in a situation that they should never have found themselves in the first place.